Staying with us, we've also learned that a Troy store owner and his wife missed being in the middle of the Boston blast by mere minutes. Jordan Burgess continues our team coverage with the story of what may have saved their lives. Jordan?
That couple is back in Troy tonight, safe and sound. They tell me they don't really stop and think about just how close they came to being there when the bombs went off. But they have a pair of runners to thank for their safety.
Timing is everything in a race like the Boston Marathon. Never more so than on a day like this.
When we saw it on TV, we were looking and thought, wow, that's exactly where we were standing.
The only thing Winans owner Joe Reiser likes more than coffee might be running, which is why every Saturday morning a group meets outside his store in Troy to try both.
And our philosophy is if you're out running, working out, you get free coffee. And
Joe and his wife Lori happened to be in Boston this weekend for a coffee conference, so they stayed to watch two members of their running group in the marathon.
For 3 hours, we stood at the finish line waiting for our friends to come across.
You may recognize the flags and buildings from their pictures. Within a few hours, they would be all over the news. But by that time, the Reisers were at lunch 2 blocks away. Their group's runners had already crossed the finish line.
We would have still been there had they been slower.
The Reisers were still close enough to hear the explosions and later took video on the streets. You can hear the sirens in the background.
And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, Paul Revere comes running, a guy in full Paul Revere outfit. He was a doorman at one of the hotels and busted down all the barriers so the ambulance could get through. And it was kind of, then you're starting to realize this is not a movie.
But the Reisers refused to be frightened by the bombing, even though a 40-minute longer finish time by one of their runners would have put them in the middle of it.
And we would definitely go back, and hopefully we'll run it someday.
And the Reisers tell me they're trying to do their run this weekend as a fundraiser for victims. We'll bring you more details as we get them. And coming up at 5:30, we talked to one of the runners the Reisers were there to watch. Reporting live, Jordan Burgess, 2 News, working for you.